After the bell, and sometimes in many fights, especially one with so much pressure on your back, you think, I have to throw 3-punch combination. If the bell rings on 2, you're in the motion of throwing that 3rd punch. He is really focused tonight. Joseph Chuanaka, I've never seen him this aggressive and this forceful. And look how much bigger he looks. Physically, he looks bigger and stronger.
He has never been tested yet.
No.
Especially never against a hard puncher. And has never really risen to the next level. And he is doing that here tonight.
Yeah, yet. But the only way to do that is to actually get in the ring and do that. You have to fight somebody at that upper level before you can advance. Something he's trying to do tonight, try to learn some stuff from Thomas Tate. Of course, he wants to get a win, but Tate, as this fight continues, well, Tate will have his say.
Tate has not shown much yet, but you could just see the intent in Chuanaka.
Sure, and it's still early. Remember, it's scheduled for 12 rounds. Thomas Tate knows that.
Gone 12 on 3 occasions. Fought for a world championship. He's been out for a year and a half. He's just trying to get by and get warmed up, work up a sweat in the first few rounds. He knows Chuanaka. Matter of fact, Chuanaka sparred for Tate when Tate was getting ready for the Roy Jones fight last May.
Yeah, he said he knew a lot about Chuanaka. He said he's a straightforward fighter. He tried to dictate the pace, which is what he's seen through the first 3 rounds. He'll play right into my hands, Thomas Tate said. I've got it. He's been working on defense, combination, and movement.
Tate, who lives in Houston, but born right here in the Motor City. 9-time Michigan Golden Gloves champion, national amateur champ, won 220 amateur fights, fighting out of this state against just 18 defeats. At the age of 20, moved to Houston. The brother of Frank Tate, who is here tonight watching on.
World champion, Frank Tate. That Frank taught him persistence and patience.
30 seconds to go in the 3rd. Thomas Tate now starting to settle down.
Starting to open it up a little bit. This is a kid in Thomas Tate who's been around the boxing world his whole life. He and his brother Broke came up together in boxing. Both real students of the game. They love the sport.
Tate now trying to get some angles, gets in with the right. Feeling a little more comfortable.
Sure. And just what he wanted to do, build off the last round is what he wants to do. We'll see what he has for the 4th.
Joseph Chuanaka from Uganda said he walked 8 miles to the gym in his homeland. Then after working out, he had to walk 8 miles back to home. In the fields, he was able to pick up some sugar cane till he got home. Came to Las Vegas a couple of years ago, borrowed money to come to the U.S. He went to Vegas because he wanted to look up Cornelius Boza Edwards, fellow countryman who became a champion. And a terrific fighter who is now training fighters in Las Vegas. And Chuanaka splits his time from Vegas and also in the Galaxy Gym under Jackie Callan in Detroit. 4th round action. Thomas Tate starting very cold. Chuanaka breezing through in the first couple of rounds. Tate looking to turn it in the 3rd. In the scheduled 12-round super middleweight WBU title fight, World Boxing Union. The new kid on the block. Chuanaka, student of the game, watches tapes all the time. Greatest hero, Joe Louis, said from Louis he loved those short punches, the hooks, the uppercuts, the short rights, and they're trying to show Tate a few of those right here.
The Brown Bomber was great at that. The 6-inch punch could knock anybody out.
But Chuanaka says, you know, he loved Joe Louis, watches all of his tapes, but he also says he comes out to these fight cards and he watches everybody. He says he'll pick something up even from some of these 4-round fights.
Oh yeah, you know, the great fighters, that's what they do. They go and they don't try to emulate one style. They try to pick the good habits of every fighter out there, and every one of them have some good fights and good habits that you can pick up.
When asked about the comparison to Tommy Hearns, the long and lean with all the great power, he kind of smiles and just says, well, Can't compare me to him yet.
Yeah, yet. He says, I'm still working on it. He says, I must train harder, have more speed. I'm still learning, he says. And he knows it. Picking it up a bit is Thomas Tate. Tate looked at me between rounds as he was sitting on the stool. He looked over at me to kind of give me a wink and a little grin as to say, now the fight starts. In professional boxing, the fight does not start until after 3.
Chuanaka has been past the 6th round only once in 21 fights. This is scheduled for 12. Tate has been there before. Tate has been hurt and battled back and gone 10, 12 rounds. So he is just getting comfortable. He withstood the assault of Chuanaka in the first couple of rounds. Well, Thomas Hearns ringside taking a look at perhaps the next Thomas Hearns and Joseph Chuanaka. Hearns, of course, still an active fighter.
Yeah, good to see him recently with Butler, Earl Butler.
I'm looking forward to seeing Thomas Hearns again as he goes for his 6th.
Hard to count. We gotta take our shoes off.
That's right.
Take our shoes off to count that.
Round number 5. And Thomas Tate at the end of the 4th doing some scoring on Chuanaka. And after the bell again, Chuanaka hitting Tate late. That's been twice so far in the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, but the referee, Dale Grable, walked over to the corner of Chuanaka and he said, one more time. He said, that was the last one on the house. One more time, I'm taking points.
One more time, and I'm taking the mouthpiece out for the rest of the fight.
I'm taking the house.
Chuanaka is always one punch away from a knockout. Great slashing, speedy shots.
Yeah, you saw that power early in this fight, but now how does the complexion of that power change as this fight goes on? It's a fighter who has most of his knockouts in the first 3 rounds. Can he put people away late? A lot of questions to be answered still about Joseph Chuanaka.
And in our main event tonight, heavyweights, the speed of Chris Bird, the power of Phil Jackson. That matchup in a 12-round heavyweight bout. Trading now, Thomas Tate appearing more confident, working up the sweat, countering off of Chuanaka. Always out there to chew up his opponent with a knockout. That's what he's been doing. 14 KOs in his 19 wins. And this is his first major step up against a former world title challenger in Thomas Tate, who wants to come out and prove that he can challenge for a world title again after being out of the ring for a year and a half. And he says he's been in the gym training during that time. He won his first 22 fights as a pro, 18 of those by knockout. A lot of movement, likes to work off the jab, set up the right hand. And he tries to keep his opponent off balance. Has not been the case so far tonight.
He uses a lot of movement, Tate does, but he doesn't run. He doesn't move with his feet. He moves, he spins on his ball. He moves from the waist up and does a good job of walking around his opponents. This is the experience he picked up in the amateurs. Good work from him.
After the bell in 2 rounds so far, so this is the end of round 5. The bell sounds, and this time Tate was ready. And they did extend round number 5, a couple extra seconds, a couple of extra blows. And now we move into round number 6. 29-year-old Thomas Tate in the black trunks with a record of 29-3 with 21 knockouts. And Joseph Chuanaka, the 9th ranked super middleweight by the IBF, in the green trunks, 19-0-2, 14 knockouts. Coming over from Uganda, just trying to get his feet wet early. First 2 professional fights, he fought to a draw. And since that time, he has been perfect with 19 straight wins. And right now, the champ is in the corner of Thomas Tate. He's with Willie Haynes in the corner. Champ?
Willie, is this the kind of fight that you expected?
Yes, very much so.
What's happening right now? I see confidence growing out of Thomas.
Well, he got caught the first round. Now, all he has to do is step around on this guy, hook his right hand.
He's taken the power. Do you think he has destroyed the confidence of Joseph Chuanaka?
I think he might have, because he took his best shots and he couldn't get him out of there.
You know, the best part of the half of the fight for you were telling me, was later in the fight. What can we expect the next few rounds?
Thomas is going to start, you see him start coming on, start utilizing his foot speed, and really start going up, because he's in great condition.
Willie, you're getting good work over here. Do you like him staying on the inside like this?
Yeah, we need to stay on the inside on this guy. He got long arms. We need to try and work the body, slow him down.
He's tasted the power. Does that hurt him?
It wobbled him, you know, but he came back saying, I'm okay, you know how you guys.
Yeah, he even gave me a little nod over there. I've tasted it. I'm okay now. Now the fight starts now.
Yeah, see, all he has to do is see inside. See where he's going? He's doing good inside now.
No danger in there?
No.
Not now.
No, not now.
There you go! All right, Willie, you got it. You got it, Willie.